G'day and welcome back to the Valley of the Old Farm, and we're at episode 13, unlucky for some, of our Let's Play series on the Valley of the Old Farm. Okay, so where are we up to now? Well, we've just finished with our harvesting and baling of field 66. We've now sent the harvester up to, with a hired hand. He's now doing field, what is that one, 61 I think, I can't read it because of the name of the harvester, and we're just going to continue on with baling this header row of hay, and then we'll continue on and actually windrow the rest of this field and tether it into hay, and then we'll continue baling this one as well. So yeah, we're still busy and moving right along with the work we've got here on the farm. So we're still in our third day of autumn, and I would expect that this episode will basically cover most of what we're going to get done in this day as well. So what we'll do is just continue on baling and stacking and all that sort of stuff. So we'll maximise our field time. So we want to make sure we're not going to get hit with any rain. Not that there's any rain on the forecast per se as yet, but you just never know. We just want to make sure that it's not going to be something that will affect us in the shorter term. So we'd much rather get everything baled, picked up, all that sort of stuff, and put away before we have any issues to worry about like that. And obviously we've got winter coming, so we've got a bit of snow coming, as we've said previously. So on the third day of winter, we're expecting snowfall. So we don't know how much snowfall we're going to get, because we could get the next couple of days after that even more snow. So we'll just see how we go. But as we said before, we are really enjoying the gameplay on this map with this smaller and older equipment. Makes a very welcome change, and it is great fun. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to stop here, turn off the baler, unload it. We're then going to move it out of the way. Now what we need to do is we also need to go find our trailer. I think it's up the top there without a tractor attached to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect, then we're going to go find the trailer, collect the rest of the bales that are available on this field up here. So what's that one? This is field 64. So we'll collect the bales off 64 and 66, and we might just put them in a pile there on field 64, like we've got the grass ones, and then we'll collect the hay ones we've just done then, and then we'll get back into the windrowing. So that's the basic plan for today, I think. Oh, and obviously looking after the harvester and emptying that. So he's at about 50% now, harvesting the canola. So it won't be too long and we'll have to go and pick him up. Alright, so obviously we are using an auto load trailer. I did mention in the episode yesterday, the last episode, sorry, that we were using an auto loader, because otherwise I'll spend about 17 episodes just trying to load one trailer. Okay, it's not quite that bad, but it certainly seems that way sometimes. So far more expeditious and efficient to do it this way, and that's what we're going to do. Now, as we also said, we've certainly got more than enough feed and straw and all that sort of stuff for animals to start off with now. Our dilemma is going to be money. So we haven't got enough money to buy them. Now, we'll have to have another look in a minute, but I believe now is about the right time to be buying sheep and stuff like that, like I said. In fact, we already bought some sheep, didn't we? Actually, see, I'm having a brain fade in between episodes and series. So yes, we've already bought some sheep, haven't we? So we've got 45 sheep already owned, but we do want to increase that. We want to get a lot of sheep going on this map. But anyway, so it still doesn't change what I was going to say, in the fact that what we want to do is, once we've got a full supply of grass, hay, straw for our animals, all that sort of stuff for longevity, start selling everything off again, all our crops that we're not going to need, what we'll do with this, because we're close, we'll just take this straight up the farm. We want to start making some money, so we're going to sell off all our stored wheat and any excess straw bales we have, for instance, so as we can get some more sheep to start out with. So once we fill up the straw bales, the rest of the straw bales will be sold. So we'll leave the what have we got? I can't remember how many go in the storage bin now. Was it 250? Anyway, whatever it is, 120 I think. Once we fill the hay storage up with the square bales, all the rest of the bales we do will be sold, because we want to get our round baler and our wrapper, so we can start creating some silage bales, because we're going to need the silage for the cows. Although we have also got our actually, I don't know if we have started. I'm going to have to double check that as well. I thought we might have started dumping some grass, but I may be getting confused with my solo game, so we'll have to go and have a look at that as well. So we'll do that shortly. Alright, so we'll unload all those. And so we've still got a fair bit of room there. Let's see what we've got. Alright, so we've got 58 stored bales and we've got room for another 50. Okay, so that's alright, we're okay. What we'll do is we'll head over here and we'll have a look at the silage clamp over here, the silage pits, and see. I think it's only the solo game that I was actually doing that. I haven't done any yet here, or maybe I have and I'm just losing the plot entirely. So those two over in there are silage pits, obviously. I'm pretty sure we haven't done it on this. I've only done this solo play. I'm getting just confusing myself, and I apologise for that. Yeah. So we could be dumping grass in there and getting that going instead of getting a baler. But I think I'd prefer to do the bales, to be honest. So that's what we'll do. We won't dump any grass in there. Not for now, anyway. We'll just continue and make some money and get a baler and a wrapper. Which isn't too much. I think we need about 50,000 all up, thereabouts. Alright, so our combine is sitting at 80% now. So we'll go and fill this trailer up, and then we'll be about time to go and empty the combine out as we get thrown around all over this this path, this road we've got. More like a goat track really, but anyway. So I hope you're enjoying this series. Again, it's like everything, the gloss goes off good maps very quickly when other good maps come out, and that's exactly what sort of happened. Oh, pardon me. There's been a lot of new maps of late, Oakfield and all that sort of stuff coming out, and recently West Coast from Bullet Bill and its update, and ones that sort of were popular for a bit, they drop off very quickly because there's all this new oh, pardon me, all these new maps and mods that are available, so everyone's keen to try out the new stuff, which is fine and it's understandable, and the others sort of get left behind very quickly. But I think this will be a longer term map for us. I think this play series might last a bit longer than some of the others, because we are really enjoying this map. I say we. I am really enjoying this map. Alright, so he's got a couple more bales down here to collect. 3 more I think total. Then we can collect some of the others that were left behind the other field, and then we'll drop them off. Actually, no, then we'll empty out the combines, what we said we were going to do, wasn't it? Alright. I think I can. Alright. So we've got a few bales off the fields we've done thus far, so it's very good. We've got like I said before, we've got an ample supply of bales and feed that we can use for our animals initially, and hopefully enough that'll give us a nice profit boost as well. And the other thing we're going to have moving forward is the decision of exactly what we're going to do in relation to upgrading equipment. So as we get enough money, do we sort of jump to the more modern stuff? I'm not going to go obviously really big equipment. I think what we are better to do, as I press the wrong button, I think what we are better to do is to obviously stick to the smaller and medium-sized equipment. So we could go to things like a class Axion 800, for instance. So a nice, small but modern tractor. And I think that's probably the best way to go about it. What do you think? What do you think we should be doing? Do we sort of upgrade progressively as we go along, or do we just sort of keep the majority of our tractors as they are, and then leave that one running because we're not going to be long over here, and just upgrade our implements and things like that. That might be the better strategy. As we said at the start of this series, our plan was essentially to in fact we're going to have to go unload this before we collect. So the plan was effectively to play it as if you would on a normal farm, in the fact that you will upgrade your implements and that more readily than what you do your tractors and your trucks, because they tend to last a bit longer and they're also a lot more expensive. So it's often cheaper to buy new implements, which gets you increased productivity by the fact you're actually using more modern implements, bigger or whatever else, as long as your existing fleet of tractors or trucks or whatever can handle the new equipment, the new implements. Now, that's certainly the case that we can do here. So I guess we're going to do a bit of a 50-50. We'll sort of see how we go. I certainly don't want to replace everything and go real big again. I think that sort of defeats the whole purpose of being on this map and the purpose of what we're doing at the moment. And I think initially what we'll do is we'll just be looking at updating our implements, like I said. So things like getting, for the baling, we might get the quad pack baler that collects the bales directly out of the bale machine, and stacks them in a stack of 4, and then we'll perhaps buy the extended forks and a telehandler where we can be picking up 4 bales at a time and moving them about and all that sort of stuff. So maybe we'll just sort of look at that sort of stuff. But again, I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments whether you think we should go all out and bring in some nice new equipment once we actually do make enough money to do it, or whether we should just continue on pretty much with the base equipment we've got, with 1 or 2 additions. So yeah, something we'll have to think about and just sort of ponder as we go along. I probably sort of plan this episode, we'll probably go to about, or this series I mean, we'll probably go to about I don't know, 50 episodes. Sound about right? About the equivalent of what our 24-day seasons challenge on Sherwood Park Farm is going to get to. We're at 44 or something at the moment, and it's very close to finishing off, as I've decided to put the trailer into the fence. yeah, so that's probably what we'll end up doing. We may go longer. Who knows? We'll see. I think our good friend Reefy, I think he's Blickling Old Boar series, I think, and obviously he's going to correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's up to like 150 episodes or something. I think that's his FS15 series he's continued on. And again, I may be wrong, but anyway. All right. There you go. So we're loading up. So I'll shut him off, and we'll head back down to the Ford, and we'll continue picking up all the bales, and we'll get all the bales put away. And by the time we do that, we should be about time to come back and empty the combine again. Okay. It helps them in the right field, doesn't it? There's a bit of straw there behind. Alright. So we've just finished doing a pile of videos. I mean, by the time this comes out, you would have already seen them. But we've just got a few of our Pemberley Deluxe videos queued up. A couple of Sherwood Park Farm and a couple of Beaver Creek. So, and now we've got a couple of these ones coming up as well. So we should start getting our videos back on track again and getting some production out. The unfortunate part is I keep on going to find some mods, and I've got a couple of mods I've still got to do a review on, which won't be sort of new by the time they are reviewed, but you know, I don't see that really matters. But I'm just having trouble finding mods that I want to review. I mean, I'm not going to review just anything and everything. I think it's important that we review mods that are either outstanding in their practicality or what they bring to the game, or just some very good looking and functional type stuff. So anyway, we'll have to wait and see, but I'm definitely trying to get some mods out. You won't find me doing map reviews. I don't think I'm the person for doing map reviews, and besides which, if I want a map or want to find out about a map, I go to Farmer Klein, and a link of his will just come up on the page now, but I'll go and check out his channel and watch his review of the map, because yeah, there's no point trying to emulate those that do it much better. So we'll just take his product and graciously watch it. Alright, I'll go and drop this one off, and then collect the rest of them, and then we'll head over and collect those hay bales. So our combine's only at 10% at the moment, which is okay. Try and make sure we don't press the wrong button again. As we hear the pitter-patter of our dog going for a bit of a walk. A bit too close. There we go. All right. So we should have about, no, what's this going to be, about half a trailer load, and then we'll be done. So field 67 looks like it's ready to be harvested too. I forgot we had that one. So there'll be some more bales and a bit more straw coming out of that. So it bodes well for us trying to make some money. I'm hoping we can get up to about 100,000 with the sale of the crops and the bales from the first harvest. So yes, and that'll help us buy our baler and our wrapper, and any extra we have left over, we'll put that into buying some more sheep. So we'll build up our stocks. I'd like to get to about 200, maybe 300 sheep on this map in the end. I don't think that's going to be too much of a challenge. It's just a matter of taking the time to make the money by planting and obviously looking after and harvesting our crops. So we'll just see how we go. I think we'll make that our midpoint goal sort of thing, is to get to 300 sheep. So yeah, we'll see how we go with that. Oh, the numbers work out perfectly to make that stack nice and neat. We're going to drop off. Another 18 bales. So it's probably not. We'll probably go straight over. I think there's probably only about 6 bales over here anyway. No, there's not. There's going to be more than that. So we'll drop these off. Not quite a straight, that one. Anyway. Right, so head over here and we'll collect the hay bales as we said. And then we can come back over and windrow this and finish it all off. I think the bale storage mods that have come out from LS Mod Company are fantastic. I really like them. I think it's a wonderful addition, and that's why I'm looking forward to having a whole pile of sheep, so we can start getting a whole pile of wool bales and chucking them in the wool bale storage, and making the most of our seasons and selling them at the high point, which we'll have to keep a close look on. We'll have to keep on reminding ourselves exactly where that stands. Alright, so now we've done that, I've got these two down here to pick up. Alright, so I'll just park him. Oh, there's one through here as well, we didn't do that one. Okay. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll park over here. Actually, park over here, because then it's going to be out of the way of us turning. And we'll head over and grab the veneer, and then we'll get this this field done very quickly. Combine only at 31%. He's almost finished that field by the look of it. Surely not. No, he's still got a fair way to go yet. Alright. There's no traffic coming. Now this rake is great. I don't know, there was very early on, I think it was the first episode or the second episode or something, I went to use this, or it may have actually been in solo play. I went to use the rake and it didn't turn the grass into hay at all. It windrowed it, but it didn't turn into grass. I don't know what happened there, but it seems to be working okay now, unless it was just that one field. Alright, so here we go. Runs nice and quick this too, so it's not a slow rake at all. And what we'll do is we won't bother about doing any more header rows, we'll just do ups and downs. So we may miss some at the ends, but we'll try and capture that as best we can. This makes it easier to come through with the baler, instead of worrying about all the corners. Put them on cruise control. Now, I mean, like I said, I could be using GPS, but we did say in the previous episode, I think, that we're going to try and not use GPS. Not for any particular reason, other than the fact of we're just going to do it all manually, pretty much, except for where we use our hired hands, like what we've got with the combine at the moment. So we'll just see how we progress. I changed my mind. We are going to do one other header row, just because that's the way I've mowed it. And we'll come in, so we'll do 2 headers now around here, and then we'll bale those up, collect those, and then we'll finish off the rest. I miss a little bit there on those corners, but that's okay. We can either finish it off and pick it up later, or we can just leave it there and it'll end up going back into the ground as a bit of natural fertilizer. Okay. So now we need to get the baler and finish all that off. So we'll just disconnect and we'll go bale these. In fact, we'll come back and we'll do the baling off camera for this section. And we'll come back and do the last bit of windrowing and then baling after that. Alright, so because we're getting close to our 30 minutes now, so we'll do a snappy sign off and we'll get back into this next time we come back. Like I say, we'll do the windrowing and then we'll bale it all up, but I'll get rid of these headers right now. Alright, well, thanks very much for joining us here on the Valley of the Old Farm. We do enjoy and appreciate you joining us when we're out here doing all this, and we certainly do hope you like the videos and the series. If you do, please drop us a like. If you don't, that's okay. No skin off our nose, my nose. But yeah, please drop us a like if you did enjoy it. And also, and if you're not a subscriber and you wish to subscribe, please press the subscribe button, which will be coming up on your screen shortly. And otherwise, until the next time we meet again at Duckzorly Gaming, this is Duckzorly signing off and wishing you a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening or night, no matter where you are in the world. Have a wonderful farming sim day, and we shall see you again very, very soon. Thanks very much. Bye.